For Friday. It's November 14th. Thank you guys so much for all of your support this week. We are on a Friday, and what a week it has been. So what I'm thinking is that I'm going to come back later today, later this afternoon. That is the goal. And we'll just maybe chop it up on where things are, where things stand. We've had the restoration of our favorite gladiators at the Colosseum. We've been there so far, and I don't know. We'll see what else unfolds. It looks like we're back to emails and things that I don't think that'll get exposed, or much less. I mean, less. We're back to emails and things that I don't think that are ever going to be. They've got some. They took somebody in for that, and I think unfortunately that's probably as far as that's going to go. I'm not sure if this whole good morning, Charlie Siegler, thank you so much for coming in. I'm not even sure if this whole this $2,000 chair thing, where is that going to go? I have heard reports that it's going to be met with some legality, some challenges. There's no if, there's no whens, there's no real plan, or I don't know. We'll just have to see. Okay, we'll see what develops today, but I don't know. We're back to the usual narratives right about now. But what I can say is that I'm interested in keeping an eye on this whole digital ID, in which I kind of started into that last night, in which we saw where Apple has I guess it's more than a pilot at this point, but there's some states and some nations that are not internationally, that is not available to you. But it is available whether or not you have a real ID. So you just have to keep that in mind, So I don't know, but like I said, with every shutdown, there's a startup. So we'll just have to keep that in mind. Who knows? But it looks like everybody, maybe you're safe until January. We'll just have to see. But I hope you guys are doing well out there. And once again, I appreciate you guys so much for all of your support this whole week. But I'm sure there'll be something else that that we can get back to later today. I'm thinking that maybe that I'm seeing some reports coming about tariffs being maybe relieved from, maybe is it Argentina and some of the other nations. Good morning. Thank you guys so much for coming in and loving on the like button on a Friday. I really appreciate it. And so we'll say good morning again to Charlie Siegler 1433, as well as Flying Guillotine 22, and Fred Chambers 7030. So once again, I appreciate you guys so much for coming in. So let me know what you're seeing in your neck of the woods. Of course, there's the typical theater, the left dialectic is going back and forth with the right dialectic. And then, of course, some people might even say, oh, well, these emails are going to be a retaliation for, the Democrats not getting what they want. Honestly, like I said, it never ends. Like I talk about this, my X-ray machine, it's all overlapping. Nothing really ever resolves in most of these situations. So we'll just have to see. But I really appreciate you guys so much for coming in. So Fred Chambers says, if you are new to the channel, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Fred Chambers 7030, you are definitely putting in the elbow work. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. But yeah, so I'm thinking I'll come back for sure. I would like to get into some things about AI, whether it's the digital identity by the weekend, the digital identity. I think I told you once before that some of the financial institutions, e.g. JP Morgan and Chase, for their new building in New York, that's going to be required. Good morning, Latressa Montgomery 7932. Grand rising to you. Thank you so much for coming in on your Friday morning. Thank you guys all. So JP Morgan Chase's new building out of New York is going to be complete with I think it's an eye scan and then something else. But, like I said, with every one of these shutdowns, there's going to be another startup to locking the common man out. So, if you're taking a trip, or if you're going to travel for these holidays, you're going to have that option of using that Apple digital ID on your iPhone. You'll have that option. And what else? If you work for JP Morgan and Chase, you might have to decide, what you're going to do about that, because they were kind of willy-nilly about whether that's going to be required, or that their employees have the eye scan, or what they're going to be able to use. But everybody that goes into the building, I think this is maybe one of their headquarters, or one of their major buildings, they're going to be under surveillance to go there. Marcy T, prayer warrior, thank you so much for coming in, and thank you guys for loving on that like button. And as I say all the time, if you guys really want to throw some caution to the wind around here, you can always just share it out. I mean, do both. Like, share. I've got to start being more of a promoter of liking and sharing. I was kind of a one-word campaigner, one word self-promoter in the beginning. But I think in these times, I'm going to have to go to promote that double tap as well. But yes, so I expect more things are going to come out. Thank you so much. Anarchy Television 448445, Charlie Siegler 1433. I am hearing more things about flying cars. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I can't. What can I say, guys? I'm sure we'll have a great time. We'll have a great time chewing it up over what's being proposed for technology. Going forward. I never did get into the CES about they've got more robots now that are going to be able to do from anything from a $16,000 robot to help you with your home chores to like a $68,000 robot. I mean, who knows? I'm just saying that was the CES, but we'll see what's in store. We'll chop it up this weekend a little bit on that, and how much I want to get into these emails on the Epstein and the implication of Trump in there, I'm not sure. Like I said, I just think that is, I don't think that anything's going to come of that. I just think that it's probably too big of a powder keg. Do these people really want any of this to come out? I think not. Okay. Flying Guillotine says, watch the Animatrix. Marcy T says, go. She says, they took your double tap away, so now you gotta go to the actual thumbs up button for me. Gotcha, Marcy T. We'll have to chew it up on that. But I appreciate you guys so much for coming in and already loving on that like button at a staggering at a staggering rate at 6:06 on the CST, and of course the 7:06 on the EST. So I appreciate you guys so much once again. And if you have any comments about what's being revealed so far, let me know, because I do think that it's interesting that the shutdown of the TSA, people not being paid, shutting them out and not paying them, starving them out. You start up, you bring out, TechCrunch.com is where that piece came from last night. TechCrunch is reporting that here's some convenience for you. So you guys see how, of course, by now, with every shutdown, with every crisis containment, you will get, to me, there will be digital implementation. And pretty soon, you're not going to have as many choices. I think, I suspect that. I know there's a program, the pre-check with TSA. That was something that was established in which you can pay $100 not to take off your shoes and all these fun things. And, I don't know, whatever's, most convenient for you guys. But just want to let you know about that. And we may chew it up even more on AI and digital identity this weekend. So hope you guys are off to a great start on your Friday. Marcy T says 15 minutes. You can only go 15 minutes from your home as planned, slave. Oh, yeah. Also, they're citing that the U.S. is turning into the renter's nation with the amount of foreclosures that are, I think they were citing over the numbers, you zealots, you gematria friends. 36 plus thousand foreclosures. And look what just happened with this shutdown. I think there's a projection of, 2008 proportions of a bubble burst, but we'll see. Maybe we'll talk about that, foreclosures and maybe some AI this weekend, but I'm sure we'll chew it up in a way that, that maybe you can, that you can plan or at least come up with some solutions. We need solutions here. We really do. Anarchy says, remember when the hurricane came through Jamaica and the area of Jamaica was actually slated for a new smart city? Wow. Well, Anarchy, you know what I say about, coincidences. I don't think there are any. I don't think so. I don't think so. But once again, let me go through and say hi to everybody. I'm going to get out of your guys' hair. And thank you guys for coming in and so, loving on the like button. And thank you for those of you that are able to share out the stream. Sometimes that share option is not always available. Sometimes it's not. It comes with the I even think YouTube has its own dialectic in its functions. Its functions, its language, its processes, its rituals, the double tap itself, So it's so funny how that double tap, we've already been conditioned to double tap, right? We've been conditioned to double tap via social media. And now we're being conditioned, that condition can have you double tap for a digital ID on Apple. So, I'm just saying there are no coincidences, right? Let's see, Fred Chambers, let's see. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Charlie Siegler, 1433. Flying Guillotine 22. Fred Chambers, 7030. And what else do we have? Latressa Montgomery, 7932. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate your support. Marcy T, Prayer Warrior. Thank you. And shout out to the class of 2019, COVID-19. Shout out to the class of 2020. And also shout out to what I think is emerging, a new class of 2026. So there we are. We're definitely on the, somebody that I used to know used to say we're on the balls of, can I even say that? Without, this is on the balls of 4 a.m., but I think we're on the balls of a 2026 right about now. But, I don't know. I think that was his Navy language. But, yeah. All right, guys. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody in this. I don't think so. Anarchy Television, of course, 8445. Thank you so much for your support. And thank you guys for loving on the like button. And you guys, please feel free to drop your links this morning. The weather's a little bit wonky, I gotta tell you. It really is. So I'm trying to stay in the middle, trying to stay in the middle on this Friday morning with the temperatures. Can't quite get it. Anarchy Television says, Autumn, have a blessed day at work. Remember, it's your last day of school of the week. Thank the Lord. Hallelujah. Yes. Yes, I need that. I need that decompression time. Really, really need it. It's so necessary. But there again, like my work never really ends because I'm always working on things. I'm always double fisting either task or something else. So, I'm thankful to be able to keep going on. Marcy T says, prepare hearts. You're right, sister. I gotcha. All right, guys, let's see. And feel free to drop your links in the chat. I'm just trying to, we got to water our gardens around here. And literally, we got to water gardens. If you don't have a garden, we might need to plant some gardens. I mean, things still grow in the winter time, depending on where you are. Figure out what zone you're in. I don't know if you're in zone 2, zone 3, zone 9. I don't know. It just depends on where you are. So yeah, do that for yourselves and do that for your own, do that for your own sustainability. As I said, we do need solutions out here. All right, guys, thank you so much. Peace and blessings to you as well, Latressa Montgomery. And you guys have a great start to the Friday, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here soon. We'll probably chop it up on a little bit of the foreclosures slash AI. All right, guys. Bye for now.